another video, guys. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Today we're going to be talking about all the games in the Champions League. Whew, that was a long intro, but hope you guys are having a fantastic day. I already said that, but yeah, let's get into it, bro. We got a lot to talk about. A lot of fixtures today. My team, Barcelona, was obviously the best game to watch, the most entertaining game to watch. You ask anybody out there, yo, who's the best team to watch, bro? Like, a lot of people were saying maybe Bayern Munich because they're very like attacking wise, but no, bro. The actual best team to watch in the world is Barcelona, and one of the main reasons is because we always concede. For some reason, bro, we always concede, bro. What is up with my team? But you know, at the end of the day, we do always come back and we get a good result. It ended 8-3 on aggregate. Let's get into it. To start off the game, I actually didn't end up watching the first 8 minutes of the game because I totally thought that this game was going to start at 1 p.m. for my time, which is Pacific Standard Time. But it ended up starting at 10:30. I mean, at 10:45. So I got a notification on my phone that Rafinha scored, and I was like tweaking. I was like, what? But then I pulled up the game and started watching immediately. I'll have my reactions up soon, hopefully. But yeah, bro, I mean, initially I was just like so confused when I saw that notification. I was like, the game started? But I was also happy because Rafinha scored. So I was feeling a lot of like weird emotions, adrenaline. But eventually I got the game up, and I actually thought Barcelona were like looking a lot better than they did, you know, last time they faced Newcastle. Even in the first half when they were conceding, it was very like, it wasn't like Newcastle were like very threatening. They just took their opportunities when they got them. And obviously Elanga, you know, he got 2 goals like in the first half, but after the first half, we were pretty much dominant, like every single chance we got. And it just looked like Newcastle shut off. I mean, yeah, they look at this momentum chart, you know, started off strong early, then Barcelona had the ball. Then pretty much Newcastle had like a spillage right here, and then we pretty much claimed 5 goals in the matter of like 50 minutes. So I'm very proud of the squad today. A lot of the times, you know, I was watching and I was concerned of the decision making that we were making, like in the midfield, and like also defensively. Hold on, my light just went out. Let me connect this. I was concerned about the decisions we were making defensively, you know, in terms of like, you know, when LAMINE YAMAL gave the ball back to Newcastle and then they immediately scored off the counter. I was very frustrated, you know, because I was like expecting this to be like, I was literally getting Inter Milan versus Barcelona flashbacks from last year. I was like, this game is going to go down to the wire. But no, Barcelona learned from their mistakes. Obviously, Newcastle is nowhere near the level of Inter Milan last year. Inter Milan last year were an elite squad. That's why they made it to the finals. But yeah, I mean, Barcelona, after that second goal Newcastle completed, Barcelona just went ham. You know, they looked for that penalty and they got it. It was a clear penalty. Nobody's going to argue it wasn't a penalty. If you watch football, you know that you cannot pull somebody's arm in the penalty box. I would even go as far to say that it was a freaking red card, bro. I mean, if you really think about it, I mean, he pulls his arm away so he doesn't reach the ball. He's interfering in a clear goal-scoring opportunity. In my opinion, that's a red card, but you know, he got a yellow. He got a waste off with it. And I'm telling you right now, if it was 10, I mean, if there were 10 men on Newcastle's side instead of 11, which I think there should have been, this scoreline would have looked a lot worse. Because Barcelona, they did not stop attacking. Even when there were 4 goals up, they did not care, bro. The score was 6-2, and they did not, bro. They were going ham. They still wanted that last goal. And yeah, LAMINE YAMAL literally could have made it 8-2, and they would have been happy with that. Speaking of 8-2, I know that score line has been thrown around recently a lot, especially after Chelsea lost 8-2. You know, Barcelona fans, haha, 8-2. But you know what? We win 8-3 on aggregate. We'll take it, bro. That's the new 8-2, bro. I mean, it could literally happen to anybody. But yeah, Rafinha obviously gets man of the match. 2 assists, 2 goals. Fermin Lopez, I thought he had an outstanding game, making that deep run from the midfield where Gerard Martin finds Rafinha. Rafinha connects with Lopez, and after that goal, I think it was for the 4th goal. It was just raps, bro. It was genuinely raps. Like nobody was gonna like nobody thought Newcastle were going to be able to come back from a 4 or a 2-goal deficit. Maybe a 1-goal deficit, but a 2-goal deficit is just too much. They weren't going to be able to create that many opportunities after that. And Lewandowski actually gets 2 goals. He gets one on the header, and he gets one on an open play. So very happy with him. Ferran came in later, and he just looked lost. I'll be honest. I mean, dude, I think it's time to let this guy go. And the guy that locked up LAMINE YAMAL last week, the guy that everybody was overhyping his performance, Lewis Hall or whatever, got a 4.6. So, Lewis Hall fans, where you at, bro? Everybody was talking about, oh, he cooked LAMINE YAMAL last week. Bro, where is he now, bro? He's in the bin. So, that just goes to show you that you should never count out LAMINE YAMAL. He's the best player in the world for a reason, and he will cook you eventually. So, yeah. The only bad thing is that the both Garcia boys, unfortunately, they got injured. So, Eric Garcia's injured and Joan Garcia's injured. We'll see for how long, but that's not good, bro. Yeah, I mean, it's never good to see Joan Garcia injured. It looked like it was his calf, so hopefully it's not too bad. Calf injuries usually heal a bit in a shorter time frame, so hopefully we see that. But yeah, man, that was pretty much it. Araujo, he came in. Sometimes Araujo just pisses me off the way he plays, but yeah, I mean, he didn't do any like major mistakes today, so I'd say good on him. Give him a little round of applause. But yeah, that's going to be it for Barcelona versus Newcastle. Let's move on to the next fixture that I watched, which is I was flipping between Liverpool but Galatasaray, but let's just talk about Liverpool real quick. I said in my predictions video that whoever scored first in this tie was going to win, and that's exactly what happened. It was off of just look at this momentum chart. Absolute domination by Liverpool. The first goal came from Szoboszlai in the 24th minute. Dude, this guy is absolutely carrying Liverpool at the moment. He tied with Tottenham in the weekend. It was because of his free kick that they tied. Then today he scores probably the best goal from not the best goal, but just a very needed goal for Liverpool. It came off of a set piece. I'm pretty sure. I think it was a corner. Movement in the box. Szoboszlai slips in, and just on the first touch, just exactly where the keeper will never be able to save it. And this guy reminds me a lot of Valverde, I'll be honest. But obviously, he plays for Liverpool, so there's a bit of a difference there. But same kind of profile of player. Szoboszlai he's top notch, bro, and he's carrying this Liverpool side. And then I said it in my predictions video. Whoever scores first is gonna go on. And just from then on, the floodgates started opening. The first half commences, and who gets the second goal? Ekitike gets the second goal, and I think it was SALAH who's assisted. Salah assisted, and then Ryan Gravenberch, he gets the third goal. It comes off of a deflection from Mo Salah. So, bro, Mo Salah had a phenomenal game, bro. I was watching this guy. I shouldn't say he had a phenomenal game. I was literally texting my friend, dude, this guy is playing a horrible game. Mo Salah had like one of the worst halves you've ever seen in the first half, and then in the second half, like for some reason he just turned into prime like CR7. I don't know what happened with this guy, but genuinely just one of the most bipolar players. He missed a penalty. Like, we're not gonna talk about that. He literally missed a penalty and he missed an open goal. So, like, again, one of the worst halves and one of the best halves. He assisted Ekitike, great ball, and then Gravenberch was able to score due to Mo Salah's shot on target. And then Mo Salah himself, he grabs a goal. So, yeah, it ended up being 4-0. That second half really bumped up Mohamed Salah's score. But it was pretty much only because Galatasaray literally, they weren't on the pitch that day. And that's something I really want to talk about is the playing at home effect. For these smaller teams like Newcastle, Galatasaray, playing at home, it is a very, very big advantage. But when you go away, that's when you're really tested. That's why I was so happy when Barcelona got that goal last week against Newcastle in the penalty box, like in the 96th minute. I was so happy because it's so hard to win away in the Champions League, and they were able to get a draw, so that was good. I mean, Liverpool lost, but when they came back home, it was just that that home environment that just got them going, and they were able to win. So yeah, good on Liverpool. They have to face PSG next, and I'll be honest, this PSG is gonna destroy them. Like, it's gonna be bad, but maybe Szoboszlai carries them. I don't know. Next fixture, we're not even gonna talk about Bayern Munich, bro. Why would we talk about this Bayern Munich? This fixture ended in the first leg, and to be honest, I didn't watch it, so we're not gonna talk about that. But just looking at the stats, I just want to see real quick. I mean, yeah, Bayern Munich were absolutely dominant. Who was man of the match? Harry Kane bagged 2 goals. You know, nice little Harry Kane masterclass. But they face Real Madrid next, so good luck, Real Madrid. You guys are gonna get absolutely destroyed. But anyways, Tottenham versus Atletico Madrid, bro. You know what? You just gotta give a round of applause to Tottenham. At least they won a game with Igor. What's his name? Igor something. The manager's name? Igor Tudor. At least this is their first game that they've won at home since, I think, November. So, hey, you guys beat Atletico Madrid in the Champions League. Good job, but you guys don't make it through. Xavi Simons, what's it called? La Masia. He played in Barcelona, basically. Xavi Simons, he goes to Tottenham, and he absolutely stinks it up over there. Just kidding. He's probably their best player, to be honest. But he gets 2 goals today. One was a pen, and I think one was like a long shot. So, you know, it's pretty good. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, nobody really expected Tottenham to even like get this close. So the fact that they won this game, you know, fair. But this is really just like goes to show that Atletico Madrid really isn't that good, to be honest. They play Real Madrid this weekend, and I think it's at the Bernabeu. Yeah, it's at the Bernabeu. I fully expect Real Madrid to win. But yeah, I mean, we'll see. Atletico Madrid, you know, they're not that good, to be honest. They leak in a lot of goals. Yeah, sure, they're good on the counter, but they leak goals. So Real Madrid, I feel like Barcelona in the Champions League quarterfinals, they're going to eat. It's all just going to depend on if we can not concede. Because if we play like our best games that we played all year against Atletico Madrid, dude, they're literally going to be food for us. Like, it's not going to be close. But yeah, it all just depends if Barcelona can just not concede. Because, I mean, the last time we played them at the Metropolitano, we lost 4-0. So we're looking for revenge, bro. We're not going to let them knock us out of the Champions League. That's what we're not going to do. Champions League is our tournament, bro. You guys have never won the Champions League, bro. We've won 5 times. So, yeah, we're not letting that slide, all right? But, yeah, those are the 4 fixtures that happened today. That's pretty much all I got to say. The quarterfinals are looking very interesting. PSG, Liverpool, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, and Barcelona, Atletico Madrid, and Arsenal and Sporting. So Arsenal, for sure, they're going to make it through. Atletico Madrid, Barcelona, I'll give my predictions maybe in a couple videos where I do my predictions for the quarterfinals. But to be honest, right now, I mean, I'm going to root for Barcelona, obviously. But Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, rest in peace, Real Madrid, bro. They're not making it past Bayern Munich. And then PSG, Liverpool, rest in peace for Liverpool. They're not making it past PSG. So I like our chances for the Champions League. We just got to beat Atletico. And I think if we beat Atletico, bro, we're winning the whole thing, bro. Because Atletico is literally the only one that can, like, stop us, I feel like. Arsenal can't stop us, bro. They are too defensive-minded. They just can't. They're not going to be able to score. Maybe they're actually, you know what? This Barcelona highline is kind of cooked. They probably will score a lot. I don't know, I'm thinking about it. And Eze, and Madueke. Oh, gosh. Never mind. Take back what I said. Arsenal is still probably the favorites, to be honest. But I like our chances, though. That's what I want to say. But anyways, guys, that's going to be it from me. We talked about Champions League. We talked about the 4 fixtures. Hope you guys enjoyed watching the games. Hope you guys had a fantastic day. Without further ado, take care and peace.